Welcome to our second Prime Patio training series segment. Today I'll be showing you our Prime Patio product line. Now these are the products that will help you to create those unique outdoor living spaces that we showed you in our first video. The Prime Patio product line offers you the quality products that you can offer to your high-end residential and commercial customers. Now these products are not the cheap products that you will find in the big box stores or at retailers or online. These are quality products that will stand the test of time. They will provide a much nicer look, light up the area much better, as well as last a lot longer. Prime Patio offers two options of lighting. We have the 120 volt option and also the 12 volt low voltage option. Each of these options will enable you to be able to do any type of installation that you need to do. First, let's look at the 120 volt options. In the 120 volt options, we have two lengths of patio wire. So one is a 48-foot strand with 24 light sockets. The other one is a 96-foot light strand with 48 light sockets. Each of these wires are ETL rated. Also on each one, they come with a male and a female end, and so you'll be able to run them consecutively without having to do any splicing. Each of these has a 24-inch spacing between the light sockets and a 4-inch drop from the wire down to the socket. So with these you'll be able to create those nice unique lighting installations using 120 volt. So next we'll look at the lamp options for the 120 volt lighting. Besides the two 120 volt patio wire strands, we also have the classic S14 LED lamps. Now these come in two different color options. We have the warm white as well as the pure white. Now you can see the difference in the filament within the lamps. That'll help you distinguish the difference between the two, but also on the base of each one is printed the voltage, the color, and the wattage. So you'll be able to easily identify what each lamp is and what the color is as well. Now these lamps are made with the newest technology in bulbs or lamp lighting. It is called a COB, or chips on board. Now what it is it's a chipset of tiny little LED chips all in line that you can see within these filament looking sections in here. And what it does is it creates a more even type of lighting. It helps it to be brighter, and the light comes out uniformly all around the lamp versus an LED diode, which is more directional. So you'll get a nicer, consistent light out of these lamps. It's going to really look very nice. The other thing that is really nice about them is it's kind of the Edison style that it's called, which means it looks more like a filament or incandescent type of lamp, which many people really like LED, but they still like the old incandescent look. And so this combines the two to really create that nice look for you and for what your customers will really be wanting. Each of them will have different purposes as well. So if you're looking to light up and kind of create an ambiance type of lighting over a patio area for eating or at a restaurant or somewhere like that, the warm white at 2200 Kelvin is going to be the perfect option for that. Just creates that softer light that just isn't overwhelming in that outdoor space. Also, the pure white, if you're looking to light up an area a little bit brighter, it's more of a daylight color, 6500 Kelvin, and so this is going to really light up the room or the space a lot lighter and give you more natural light type of look and feel. Now, both of these can also be used for indoor spaces as well. So that's another option if you have kind of indoor seating for a restaurant or something, or event area. Both of these can be used inside as well. So great options with both of these lamps. Now let's check out the 12 volt option. Now the 12 volt option comes in a 330 foot spool. Now this spool has 165 light sockets on it. It is open-ended, and so it allows you to do custom cuts and installations, splicing and tying it into your existing landscape lighting system. This wire is also, you can also use this wire, it's the same as the 120 volt wire, just without the plug-ins. And so you can use it for 120 volt custom installation, but you've got to make sure that you're working within all state and local electrical regulations. If you need an electrician to do it because you're not certified or that's what the law requires, you can still go ahead and get all of the installation, everything hung up and installed in place, and then have a certified electrician just make those final connections. So there is that option as well, using this 330-foot spool. The main use, of course, is for low voltage lighting, and it's going to allow you to make all those customizations, and any contractor, anyone can cut and install it because of that. So it's a great option for contractors to use. Now the recommendations is to do no more than a 200-foot run if you're doing a 12-volt installation, just because of the voltage drop after that distance. Now you can check with the voltmeter and check the voltage drop at the end of a run and see if it allows you to do more. And it also kind of depends on the voltage tap that you use on your transformer, whether you're using a 12, 13, or 15 or whatever, and the distance away from that transformer. So you want to make sure you check all of those things if you want to get a run longer than 200 feet. Just make sure everything works within guidelines. Now the lamps will work within a 10 to 15 volt range, and that's why at the far end of the run, if it drops below 10 volts, the lights will fail prematurely or not be as bright, won't work as well. And so you want to make sure that it's within that 10 to 15 volt range. Now we have a couple different options, the same two options that we have in the 120 volt for the lamps. So we have the same S14 style classic sign lamp. I've got it in the warm white and in the pure white as well. Just like the 120 volt, each of these are 1 watt per lamp. And so it's going to be listed on the base of the lamp itself, and so you'll be able to distinguish that between a 120 and the 12 volt. Also, a noticeable difference is the base. On the 12 volt is a brass base. On the 120 volt, it was a nickel base. So though a few different ways to really identify the difference between the two. You definitely don't want to plug or screw in a 12 volt into a 120 volt wire. Definitely just blow it right away. So make sure that you're checking the engravings and the wording on the lamps and the colors and everything. Now every project is unique and requires a different type of installation, and knowing that, we put together some kits that can help you, especially the beginning installer. So we have two kits. One is what we call a suspended cable kit. It comes with a galvanized cable, zip ties, eye screws, turnbuckles, lock bolts, eye nuts. Also we have these adjustable cable clamps. Very basic, easy use. You never know when you'll have an install and you've got to readjust something, and so this makes it very simple. Basically just push it through one end and you can make a loop, push it back through the other end, and then you've got a secure loop. So with it pulling on it, it's just very easy to do. Now if you messed up on the length or something, you need to readjust it, pops right out. And you can just pull it right out and adjust it. The other kit that we have is what we call our structure kit. This comes with ceiling hooks. Also with that kit we have little nylon cable clamps. A couple of times we used some of both of these kits. We did an install, and it was on our last video, where we did an installation at a restaurant, and we were able to run the cable across, and we used the suspended cable installation kit, and then in some of the components where we had to cross the other direction and tie it to the beams, we were able to use our structural kit. Let's look at some patio lighting installations where we were able to use our installation kits. Each of these examples show how the kits may or may not work depending on the project. Every install is different, but these kits provide a good starting point for the most common installation requirement. There you have it, an introduction to Prime Patio products. With the options available to you, you will now be able to create some spectacular installations that will please your customers and keep them coming back to you. Our next segment in the series will be on installation, where we will show you the different options and opportunities of using the installation kits, as well as a variety of different types of installations that you may face as you go out and sell and do these projects for your customers. So look forward to that, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.